Hi everybody, the purpose of this video is to introduce you or possibly reintroduce you to the radian measure if you have heard this before. Now you are all familiar with the degree measure, and the degree measure, of course that is where one rotation equals 360 degrees, is a measure of mathematical significance primarily because 360 degrees has a lot of divisors. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are divisors, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, and so forth. It has many, many divisors, which makes it mathematically useful. Now, the radian measure, on the other hand, is a measure of geometric significance, primarily because it is the ratio of the arc length of a circle to the radius of the circle. So here my arc length is S. My radius is r, and my angle measure is going to be the ratio of those two values. If I did and here are some examples of some measures here, which unfortunately are not exactly to scale. Here we have this one is not. Here we have the length, the arc length r over 2, okay, and r, and therefore my radian measure here will be 1/2 of a radian. This is approximately 1 radian, and here my arc length is 2r, and so here the ratio is going to be 2r over r, or 2 radians. And the length of one revolution, also known as the circumference of a circle, is going to be equal to 2 pi r. So if that's the case, then the number of radians associated with one complete revolution is going to be the number 2 pi. And from this, we can actually use this to actually develop conversions between radians and degrees. Since it is true that 360 degrees is equal to 2 pi radians, we can actually simplify that to 180 degrees is equal to pi radians, and this provides us a conversion between degrees and radians. For example, 1 degree is equal to pi over 180 radians. 1 radian is equal to 180 over pi degrees. So if you need to convert from degrees to radians, which you will be doing quite often in this chapter, actually this course in general, you want to multiply your degree measure by pi over 180 radians and then simplify. On the other hand, if you want to convert radians to degrees, you want to take your radian measure, multiply it by 180 over pi, and then go ahead and simplify. And with that in mind, I have a couple of fun-filled examples to go through with you. Okay, so for the first one, we want to convert the degree measure 108 to radians. And as I mentioned before, what we want to do is you want to take this, you want to multiply it by pi divided by 180. If you do, you are going to get 3/5 pi. And that would be your exact answer. Now, if you want to approximate that, say to 3 decimal places, you can actually go ahead and do the math, and what you will get is 1.885 radians. Now, for the next one, we have 325.7 degrees. There's no way, and then what we want again, once you want to do it, multiply this by pi over 180, and if you went ahead and did that, you would get 5.6845 radians. And let's just assume that we want this simplified to to 3 significant or to 3 decimal places. This is our fourth. Since it's 5 or higher, we are going to want to round up, and that will give us 5.685 radians. Now, in this example, we want to go the other way. Okay, so to convert from radians to degrees, we want to multiply this by 180 over pi. Conveniently, the pi's cancel, and it turns out that 7 divided by 6 times 180 is equal to 210. So that would be our answer in degrees. And then finally, for the last one, we want to multiply this once again by 180 divided by pi to get to degrees, and that will give us 167.304 degrees. And that is all that I have for this particular video. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. This is Bob Boyle, signing